Someone who is a smoker, or considered to be a smoker, is somebody who exhibits a very particular set of characteristics or behavior patterns that are consistent with what we identify as being a smoker. For example, if somebody puts a cigarette in their mouth, lights it on fire, inhales the smoke and blows it out, we consider that person to be a smoker. Now, somebody who does not participate in that activity does not have a name. We refer to them as non-smokers because by comparison to one who does smoke, a person can be identified as someone who does not do that. To say someone is a non-smoker is a misnomer. You can't be a non-smoker because there's no defining characteristic that can be determined individually apart from the concept of smoking. You can only by comparison perform a test to say, does this person smoke? Is this person a smoker? True or false? And the false condition of that is merely an indication that this person does not participate in this behavior. You can apply no definition or description to non-smoker because that does not describe anything about the person who does not participate in this behavior. It only indicates that this person does not participate in this behavior. You can't create an entity out of this non-smoker concept and try to define it and give it presence. There's just no meaning in doing that because you are attempting to define a state of nothingness. You're not really describing anything. It's just a result from the output of a test. Is this person a smoker? The problem with atheism or atheists, trying to define what atheist means or atheism, is the same problem with trying to define a non-smoker. You're trying to define something by what someone is not. And that does not define anything about anybody. In order to describe somebody based on what they are not, you would have to describe something else that they are. And if you're describing something else, you're describing something that has nothing to do with this other concept because it's not that. So you can't define something else that's not that in terms of that. So by trying to define atheist, you can't do that independently of the concept of theist or theism, because to describe somebody who is atheist, you have to say that they do not have a belief in God, or they might have a belief that there is no God. Either way, you have to consider this concept of God. But the concept of God has no meaning outside of the concept of God, which is in its place in the realm of theist and theism definitions. The concept of God has no relevance outside of the consideration of the concept of God. So if you have a test that says, does this person qualify, or can this person be considered to be a theist, true or false, if you say false, then there's nothing there to define them in that context. You would have to find some other test to define what somebody is based on a true condition. Is this person an architect? Is this person a fighter pilot? Is this person a cook? Is this person a philosopher? If you define these other terms and you compare the qualifications of what it means to be a member of this other category, and this person qualifies, then you can say, yes, this person belongs to that set of these things. And then you can describe those things. But you can't independently describe what they are not, because you are attempting to describe literally nothing. And if you're considering nothing, you're considering no thing, and therefore there is nothing there, no thing to be described. There is nothing to differentiate anyone who is not a theist from anyone who is not a doctor, or who is not an operator, or who is not a world-renowned hairdresser. because you're trying to describe nothing. Because those aren't things, those are results of tests, true or false, which have no substance, which have no meaning, which have no bearing to no affiliation with anything other than to identify the result of a comparison. So, anyway, that's my rant.